My name is Chris Moore. This is Swords, Relics, RPGs, and more. Today, we're finally getting to discuss the adventure formula. So, in this video, I felt like it was appropriate to do it out in nature. So, I'm gonna get an early start before people are out and about. And, yeah. Even though it'd rather be sunny, it's at least not too hot. So, I think it's gonna be good. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so, yes, we have the adventure formula. So, the obvious thing is that we're going to start with the location. And then we're going to need 2 dice. We're going to need a D4 and a D8. So let's go ahead and get those ready. Okay, so when we start with our location, we really only need our D4 because we have 1, 2, and 3 options. And if we don't get anything on those 3, then we're going to get 4, so we'll reroll. So let's see what we get. We got a 2. Alright, so we're gonna have a dungeon. Let's go ahead and write that down. Dungeon. Dun dun dun. Okay, next. So, what kind of dungeon are we gonna have? So, it's either going to be above ground or underground, and we'll determine this by the die either being landing on an odds number or an evens number. So, let's see. Where's that? 2 again, so even. So it's going to be underground dungeon. Okay. Underground. Alright, next, let's see what kind of dungeon does our name, or what kind of name is the dungeon called? This is a fortress, citadel, ruins, or keep. So again, we need our D4. And a 1. Oh my goodness, it landed on someone else then too. Fortress. So it's a underground dungeon fortress. Alright, let's see what else we got on this. Write that down. Let's see. Fortress. Okay. So, what's going on? Why are we interested in this underground fortress? This is where the obstacle comes in. Okay. So there's going to be 4 different types of scenarios. The first one is just kind of a classic bad guy scenario. The second one is something that may or may not be caused by a person. Maybe it's just some sort of unfortunate natural event going on in nature. And then I want to pick something kind of abstract like time for something just kind of like have more variety. And then of course, where would we be if magic didn't stand as some sort of obstacle against us in some of the adventures? So, let's see what we got. Oh, okay, got my D4. A 1. Ooh, bad guy. Nice. Alright, let's see what kind of bad guy we're gonna get. 2. So it's a warrior. It's a bad guy warrior. Okay. Alright, so far this is turning out to be pretty cool. Got an underground fortress. Our bad guy is a warrior. And let's see what else we got, because now we need to look at the motive as to. Okay, so that's one more thing I was going to say is because our next one is motive, I wanted to kind of use that as a double-edged sword. Like maybe you want your players to have a motive, or maybe you want your bad guy or some sort of opposing force to have a motive, and that's really up to you. That's your discretion as the DM. For the main quest or the side quest, or maybe just some sort of mission that's on a bulletin board in a bar or a town or something. Alright, so let's see what we got. Next with motive, let's see what we have. 1, money. Okay. So, perhaps we could say either our bad guy was motivated by money, which could be a scenario. Maybe he's doing something evil or illegal or something immoral in his underground fortress that he either found or started or whatever it may be. Or we could say that there's a town that is aware of this evil warrior, and his evil biddings in the fortress that's underground. But, maybe they've been having trouble getting people to kind of do this kind of dangerous or scary thing, and so they're going to motivate them with money. that's your discretion. So it's really just kind of to be this simple formula for you to kind of play around with it. So let's just say, for simplicity's sake, your players are motivated by money, because 99% of the time they're motivated by money, right? You know, money or being murder hobos. Okay, let's write that down. Alright, money. And also, just as kind of a side note to myself, I wrote what's going on with what, in case I need a friendly reminder. Okay, so then here's something that I feel like every mission should have, or quest, or journey, or whatever. You should always kind of look at the outcome in a general sense of what's going to happen if they succeed, or if they don't, what's going to happen if they fail you. So, let's see. If they succeed, let's see, what will happen if they succeed? 2. Okay, so they'll gain some power. Maybe the local town is going to be so happy and thrilled that they actually want them to stay, and they're like, hey, listen, we'll let you be in charge of the town. Like, we really could use your leadership and your skills and your powers if only you would lead us. Or maybe it's like, you know, an honorary thing, like, here's the key to the city. Alright. Well, let's see. I'll write that down. Okay, last but not least, failure. Dun dun dun. Okay. 3. Okay, so, ooh, nice. Destruction will happen if they fail. Your soul is mine. Look! Sorry. Alright. Failure. If only I could spell. There we go. And it was destruction, that's right. Okay. So, that's just one scenario. And I think we got a pretty good one for our first run. We have somewhere in a fortress that is underground, this dungeon is being run by an evil warrior. And for the sake of keeping our story simple, we're gonna say that this town that's near the dungeon or whatever is motivating nearby adventurers to pay them with money. Maybe it's so much gold that they can afford, and you know, it's the town's savings that they're willing to throw into it just to stop this evil warrior and his biddings in the fortress. You know, maybe he's resurrecting zombie goblins, and they're going to take over, and they're going to infect everyone with their evil plans. I don't know. Let's keep going. So yeah. So money's the motive. Let's see. Power. He said that maybe they could be in charge of the town, or maybe it's not necessarily like a political stance. Maybe it's something more like an actual power. Like they've been keeping some sort of secret magical power hidden, locked away for whenever someone of true moral value comes along to save the day, and they're more than willing to give it just to see that, you know, they can help other people continue to save the day even further. But should they fail, then it will be destruction, because the evil warrior and his fortress that is underground will not only succeed in taking over the town, but he will destroy everything, leaving destruction in his wake. Okay, so with the rules that we got from the table, I kind of cooked up something just kind of to kind of give us a little bit more to work with. So I wrote, Zargon the mercenaries acquired the underground fortress of Sharakeen. Each night the town of Havenbrook hears terrible screams from the fortress, and rumors of travelers on the road are apparently continuing to go missing after dark. The elder Cecilia Moonriver will pay anyone well in gold, if only to stop Zargon from his evil plans. So yeah, that's kind of the whole point of this, is to kind of get the ball rolling. Once you have a goal or a game plan going, then to kind of polish it. So to give one last look at it, I just kind of want to go over it real quickly and break down each thing really quickly. With the civilization, I thought it'd be kind of interesting if there was a scenario where either it's like a normal everyday situation where it's populated, and it's a town, village, or city, or whatever. Or maybe it's deserted, and something happened, but you're not sure what. At least not yet. With the dungeon, well, we kind of already covered that. It's either going to be above ground or underground. And yes, I know that these, there's no real difference between these. They're all kind of the same thing. It's basically just a keep of some sort, or a fortress. But I wanted there to be different options for names. And so that was the kind of the whole point in having different names, is to kind of offer some variety. And with the wilderness, I couldn't make myself stop at 4. I felt like there needed to be 8. And so that's why this is kind of the oddball. You'll need a D8 for this one if you do. But in any case, if you do get a wilderness roll, it's going to be something, every day, nothing too out of the ordinary. It's just going to be natural. Somewhere in the wilderness of nature. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's corrupt. Something evil is growing, or it's been growing, and it's taken over. And with the obstacles, we got a warrior, but it could be other ones like wizard or a demon or a lich. With disease, I couldn't help myself. I really had to add this. I was thinking of The Last of Us when I thought of spores, and I thought that would be really fun. Necrotic, because who doesn't love zombies? Poison, maybe there's some sort of miasma or some sort of field of poison that's continuing to take the lands, or maybe it's just a classical black plague. People are just dying left and right, and nobody knows why. Time, I really wanted to do this one, and I'm glad I did. Maybe there's like a time limit. Maybe you only have so much time to do something, or a barrier. Maybe there's something keeping you from reaching a goal in time, but you have to overcome it to reach your, or to reach your goal through your obstacle. Maybe there's like a time difference. Maybe there's something far away that's keeping you, or not necessarily keeping you, but it's a location that you have to reach, and so there's a time difference that you have to take into consideration to meet your goal and succeed. And of course, why not wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey? Because, of course. Magic. I thought it'd be cool to have a curse. And maybe I just wanted to leave this one open-ended. There's some sort of magical danger, and maybe it's maybe there's some sort of seal keeping people from leaving a town, or they're stuck in a boat, and if they touch the water, maybe the water has some sort of danger to it, like someone put a spell on it or something, or a siphon. I thought it'd be cool if maybe it's like someone or something is draining the magic out of the very essence of life itself, like the nature or the fae or something. It's just draining the very life essence out of it. Or maybe it's a magical trap. Maybe someone put some sort of seal in keeping people from leaving a town or something. I don't know. Motive, we kind of covered these. Well, we covered money anyway, but maybe you're motivated to rescue, a king, a princess, or a boy, or a family, or a town, or something. Maybe your motive is morals. Maybe that person, or family, or being, or that someone that's akin to you. Or maybe it's just it's part of your alignment, or just kind of who you are. And maybe it's good old revenge. Maybe you just feel like you need to eliminate someone or something, or someone that has taken root in your life or your past, and it's very personal. Or maybe it's not, maybe you just, gonna murder hobo. Who knows? Success, wealth. So this is where I know it might seem kind of confusing, with motive being money, and then down here success being wealth. But I wanted to add both of these anyway, so maybe they're motivated by money and they'll get paid no matter what. But should they succeed, well, maybe in that last room over there's a crack in the wall, and if they would just, kind of break it down, maybe they would find an enormous amount of wealth in that dungeon that had nothing to do with the money they were going to be paid with anyway. So I thought that would be kind of fun, maybe like a little bonus of money. Power, we talked about that. Resolution, maybe, and again, I know morals and resolutions, those kind of go hand in hand, but I didn't want it to feel like you have to get one to get the other. But with a resolution, maybe you stopped the bad guy, you stopped the plague, or you ended the seal that was keeping people from reaching whatever it is they needed to do. And So you've saved the day, and that's part of your job. And maybe it's not part of your job. Maybe you just wanted to do it because you're a good person. A relic. Maybe in all of this adventure, you stumbled upon an ancient relic. You know, who knows? Maybe like something like a Indiana Jones or something, or some sort of Daedric power or artifact. Failure. So yeah, I wanted these to kind of be again kind of simple and open-ended for you to kind of let your imagination run wild. With the lands, maybe the lands are taken over with, you know, the plague, or the lands fall under the hands of the evil warrior we talked about. Or maybe not, maybe it's just the population. Maybe the population falls victim to, you know, the plague, or they're continually trapped in a magical seal. Or, you know, just good old destruction. Everything gets burned up or destroyed or blown up, whatever. Corruption, I thought that'd be fun too. Maybe it's like some sort of acidic corruption or necrotic, or maybe it's something from the undead or the underground or the underworld, and it's just taking over. So yeah, that's the adventure formula. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Chris Moore. This is Swords, Relics, RPGs, and more. If you like what you see, please like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. And if you'd like to know when the next thing's coming out, please hit the bell for notifications. If you got suggestions or you got some cool adventures yourself, I'd love to hear them in the comments. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. And maybe if this kind of works out, maybe I'll turn to the Adventure Saga. Actually, I think I should do that. Maybe every now and then we'll make some adventures together. Maybe you're really hitting a writer's block, because God knows we've all been there. So actually, yeah, I think every now and then we're gonna make some adventures together. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.